All right, howdy, folks. This is the Seekers podcast for November 22. I'm your host, Wendell Burris, and your co-host here is Hardcore Neil, and we've got Dale Bullock here and BC Davis. Um, we're just going to start off, and I'll let each of them say hi to you and anything they want to discuss or topics they want to for us to discuss tonight. I'll just let them start off, and I'll just start with Neil here, and we'll work around the circle here.
My name is Neil. I've got Braden and Michael. Michael's a new person that's kind of wanting to get involved and help us out. He does know the area pretty well. He's got some interesting stories, and he's not scared of the woods. That's definitely a plus. But
That's what.
Yeah. So we got one more set of boots to go on the ground.
All right, Dale, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm Dale. Hello from Heber Springs. I'm glad to be here tonight. Been involved in this for about 2 or 3 years now. Really loving it. Looking forward to our next expedition we put on. Sounds like it's going to be a good one.
Sounds like it's going to be a good one. Just so everybody knows, it's December 9th, 10th, and 11th on our home Facebook account is Arkansas Bigfoot Cartel. You can go on there, and if you'd like to be at this investigation, there's a way to get on there and just comment that you'd like to be added to this, and we'll get one of us, either me, Neil, Clint, or Thomas, will get a hold of you and get the information to you, and give you a heads up on what all is going to kind of occur. And the area that we're going to be in is like a ground zero, so be prepared for some heavy activity. Now we're to BC Davis. You know, BC.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, it's BC. I'm Davis. I'm from a little town of Ball Knob, Arkansas, and I guess we just discussed our last outing because that was we got more than we expected.
Sure did.
Because I'm looking at that picture, and I swear it looks like there's at least 2 squatch in that. Plus that whatever that was in the middle.
We definitely had activity all around us, and there's been debate over what's in the photo, and several have said, "Well, why didn't you film more or take follow-up pictures or anything?" It's all happens on the fly, and everything's happening to you. So this was just an area we was taking pictures of. We knew something noises was from that area, and we could see one something had moved around, so we just started taking pictures. And once you blow the pictures up, you can tell there's something there. Can we 100% say it was a Bigfoot? Not 100%, but there was definitely something that was leaning around a tree. There was something in the center of the image. It's a good place to start, and we're going to do follow-up investigations there. What started it all off, we had kind of thought we wasn't going to have no activity or nothing there because there was several hunters around in the area and everything as we was driving in. But it was this area, further you drive in, the less people you see, and you make a turn here and a turn there, and it seemed like it was about 5 miles in there. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. 6. It's 6 miles to the fork, or where the road makes a T, and then another 6 miles down there.
Okay, I know it was a long ways into there, and we was all the way at the back of it, and that's when we started seeing Bigfoot activity, started seeing different signs that me and Dale noticed. Once we got to the back, we started our foot investigation. Dale found some tracks. It had rained previously in that week. It'd been dry up to then, but the leaves had started falling, so the tracks was kind of covered up with leaves. he's the one that found the kind of a trackway. Well, while we was investigating that, here come a limb flying in, and it didn't fall in. It come flying at an angle like this over. So
Yeah, it had a trajectory to it.
yeah. So, and it was, I'm guessing, almost 3 foot long and close to 4 inches through from center to center. So it took some oomph to throw that
Yeah.
way. So that's what got us started filming and looking up and wondering what's going on. So
And then the whoops,
yeah,
the calls, whatever, and then the wood knock, and then Robert did a wood knock and was immediately answered.
yep. And
that one didn't seem like 30, 40 yards away. That one was close. Whatever answered him was close.
Yeah. So we was definitely within seeing distance.
Yeah,
so
and I'm sorry, Wendell, go ahead.
I just say we're looking forward to doing a spring or late winter or in February investigation, the end of February down there, weather permitting and water conditions, because the area where it is, if the water's high, you can't get into there. So but that don't bother Sasquatch enough.
No, they got the hills just not too many miles away. That's what I think they do. They get up on maybe high knolls or go back up in the hills and just wait for the water to go down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and you notice remember how the birds just all shut up?
Yeah.
There was that one locust or whatever that was chirping, but everything else went dead quiet. And when they left, that's when the birds started back up again.
Yeah. That's another, what we're calling area 2 down there. I think since we've been doing investigations there, I think 3 times that I've heard animals in there. Rest of the time, it's dead silence. They ain't nothing. And they should be. For the area that it's in, it's just constantly dead silent. Other than maybe up on the hill one time, there was somebody there that was shooting a 22 a bunch. Usually there's no gunfire or nothing other than that one time.
Yeah, when it gets quiet up there, it gets quiet. That's the strangest thing I've ever heard, or strangest things I haven't heard. But it just, you can hear animals, you can hear squirrels, you can hear birds kind of chirping, and then all of a sudden just whoop, like put a blanket over it. And that's amazing.
Are y'all referring to the area 2 that we watch over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that's weird about that is walking in there, it's quiet. It's not an eerie quiet until it's been going really quiet for a little while. I don't know, just something about it. I don't know how to put it in words, really. It's just...
Yeah, you just know it's not right. I mean, that's what starts sinking.
Quiet.
Sinking in more and more. As long as you're there, you're like, something's not right.
That feeling,
what really kind of I don't know if you'd call it impressed me or what, but up in your area, Neil, when we'd be out walking out in the woods, looking for tracks, looking for whatever, and you could just feel it. You could feel something shadowing you, and it's a definite feeling. You just don't get that for nothing. It's got to trust your senses on it. But that's a place. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is too, like whenever all of us went back in there towards Castle Rock, and I stayed with the vehicle.
Yeah.
Eventually, you would think that you would hear Mother Nature slowly kicking in. The whole time I was there, it was dead quiet the whole time. Like,
that's when you'd walk. You must have walked in front of the vehicle, because I come out below the vehicle when I got separated from everybody, and I looked up at the vehicle, but I didn't see you because you said you'd went out towards the front of your vehicle. I don't know what that direction that would have been. I think north, but anyway, you'd went out that way. So I turned and went down that road, and that's when I was looking for Dale and Clint. And that's when I just got the hair stood up all around me, and I got that whoop that was just from where I'd just been. And I had my shotgun with me, and I was like, "Whoa!" I guess it was trailing me. That's what it was doing.
Mm-hmm. It must have been pretty close to Neil that day too.
Yeah, it
real close.
Well, even whenever that sounded like the gear or the motor winding up, that weird sound.
Yeah.
I was literally at Castle Rock, like right down the hill from it, and I was really hoping it was one of y'all. But then y'all come back saying that y'all could hear it too, and I'm like,
yeah, we heard it. It sounded like it just right over the top of the hill from us. I mean, real close.
To me, it sounded like
that's an odd sound too.
Yeah, to me, it sounded like it was down there at the bottom of where Castle Rock would be, where the waterways crossed and split off. To me, that's kind of where I think it was coming from.
Well, when we came back to your to get to your car, we think, we're not going that way. Instead of following the road, we cut across and cut that road out of there. I think, man, there's something down there.
It's probably a good thing.
We'd have to go right towards it, and that wasn't a good idea.
Well, I think me letting Wendell walk off by himself, that was a mistake. I really made it. I should have thought that one through a little bit. I should have took him down there.
Well, it wasn't so much that. I went off that bluff side there and thought I could come back up. But once you tried to come back up, they wasn't no coming back up because the rocks would just slide off.
Yeah.
So I had to go on down.
Yeah.
But at the bottom, there still wasn't no sound or nothing, but I didn't have no bad feeling or nothing right then. Like I said, I made my way back around and come up below the vehicle just far enough I could just see your red vehicle up there. And I looked for you, and I was like, well, he ain't there. So I figured you went down with Dale and Clint. But as I got going off of there, well, it's where the mud hole was. I don't know if you remember where that mud hole was down there. As soon as I got to it, is when that let out the whoop back to my right, which was back to that, whatever that bluff line was. I was like, uh-oh.
That came out good on the video, too.
It did.
Man, that was clear.
That's the first time I ever got one on an audio recording. I've had my recording now.
Interrupted again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clint and I was down there waiting on Wendell.
Just wondering.
And Clint, I think Clint might have been starting to get worried just a little bit. And he says, well, we need to let Wendell know where we're at. So I fired my Ruger into a tree down there just to let him kind of get a location for us.
Nope.
I'm glad you did, because I didn't know where he was. But that was after I done made it off the hill, and I heard that again. I'm like, I know where they're at now. I don't know what's going on, but that's the way I headed. Well, we lost hardcore.
Uh-oh.
It was
still there,
good.
BC?
You still there, BC?
Yeah, what's up?
We lost hardcore, and I didn't know if you were still there or not.
I'm still here. I'm just listening.
Boy, I'm loving this new internet I got though, because before I couldn't get on. Every time I'd start to get on, it would cut out on me, or fall out. This is just real dependable.
There he's back.
There he is.
Had to re-add you there. For some reason it cut out again.
Oh, well, it happens.
Yeah, anytime you can be on for hours on here beforehand, and once you go live, it's like something goes to messing with it. Some powers that be out there. I don't know.
You never know. Maybe it'll happen again. The more we talk about things, they'll probably start happening at certain times.
Yeah. When you get on a subject or something.
Yeah, I'll explain that later too, what I'm talking about.
Have you talked to Robert BC if he's going to try to make? I know when we was up there, he said he was going to try to make the December investigation.
Yeah, I have not talked to him about that. I mean, he's staying pretty busy. I mean, we touch base, a few times a week, but
right.
It's also been the holidays. He's had family in and all that, so. But I'll get a hold of him. I'll ask him about it, or ask him to get a hold of you and let you know what he's going to do.
Yeah, he can even come in Saturday or whatever, or I know he works and everything, but he was saying he's going to take off, so He just hadn't been up in that area. He's been up to Mountain View, but not up in that area.
Which area is this?
But O'Ark.
Okay, O'Ark. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. My bad. Now I remember.
There's Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho.
How you doing, man?
Oh, pretty good. Tired, wet, and cold.
Yeah.
You get them windows all put in?
No.
Oh.
No.
Been having to cut around all those, what they call wind braces.
Yeah.
Kind of slow things up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to build a frame, then you got to stand it up. You got to mark where each one of those are. Then you got to take the ball down, go lay it down, mark how deep you can cut, then cut them out, and then go stand it back up.
Long process, then.
Long process.
Especially working by yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it takes 8 hours to do 2 of them to get them nipped right. So, but once they're up, they're up.
That's good. Chief, you want to introduce yourself, and then we'll let Braden and if Michael wants on there. But anyway, Braden, go ahead and introduce yourself, Chief.
All right. I'm Thomas, Chief Anderson. I'm the founder and head investigator for the Arkansas Bigfoot Hunting Club. I think they're still getting ready.
You ready there, Neil? Let Braden and Michael introduce yourself. All right.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm from Ozark, around the area around here.
Awesome.
And I'm Braden. I'm from Ozark too.
As far as I know, we'll be counting on these guys pretty much, and Marcus, our normal. He was our youngster on our team, but now we got Braden and Michael. We'll be counting on pretty much in our December investigation. Always good to get I say youth, but the younger of us, we're kind of slow. We always drag up the rear, but somebody's got to protect everybody back there.
Yeah, that's an excuse we use anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll watch your back. Go up that mountain.
I've also got one more guy that goes by River. He's at work right now, but he's the one that knows area 3 and 4 very well. The caves and stuff, especially. He knows that mountain very well.
Awesome. And Saturday, I want to get up there on area 3 for sure, part of the day. Even if we got to divide up in different teams, maybe we'll have enough now to. I want to look at the Castle Rock area, and then I want to, if Sean, I'm getting old, I forget. If Sean gets to come, he'll show us where the Deadwood area is that he did all that video, and that's down below. I want a team to go there. And then after maybe we get done in time to get up there to area 3 and look at that again, let everybody that wants to go up there see that area.
What are we calling that wheelbarrow area, Wendell?
That's that's the Castle Rock across from Castle Rock. That's on the different.
Yeah, definitely heard some good audio up in there. I'd like to get back up in there myself.
Yeah.
Also, I've got my cousin coming in too. She's really excited, and she's going to be helping me with some equipment and all that. So, if we need to have one extra bait, I'd highly recommend Rebecca.
Okay. Always good to have bait.
Oh yeah, and Paul's coming too. So I have to behave with him around. So because I got to behave with him around. So
okay.
I'm kind of anxious for this this hunt because after last time I went out with y'all, I weighed a lot more.
Yeah.
Same here. Yeah, I've lost some weight and I've gained some more muscle back, and
yeah.
So then
I lost over 45 pounds now. So
I ain't nowhere near that, but I've lost 14, so that's the start.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
You tried any of that soup yet?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I had that tonight. That's what I had. That's good stuff.
Really?
Yeah, you can eat as much of it as you want.
Speaking of food, let's talk about this chili cook-off real quick. Who's got the best chili? Who y'all think? Is it? We have a contest for the spiciest, the best tasting, and what else? What else can it be? Some awards. So we need.
I can make my chili as spicy as you want. It's called ghost peppers.
No.
No. Come on, young bucks.
Y'all can have all that spice. I just make the best tasting chili.
I'm gonna step away. Be right back.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start with up here at Dale and see if he's had any new activity around his area there at close to Heber Springs. It's not Painter and Libby, somewhere up in there. Anyway, we'll start with him, see if he's had any new activity, and then we'll move over to BC and we'll go around that way. Go ahead, Dale.
It's been relatively quiet around here. I mean, the deer are starting to move back in. I've seen more deer movement than I've had in a while, and
they moved out. Then
been real quiet as far as any kind of vocals or wood knocks or anything that I've heard. My grandchildren were actually about halfway up the mountain the other day, and I called them back. I was like, "No, you don't want to go up there. Don't start now. You can't finish, But I'm thinking about going up in there anyway. I'm looking for some property stakes, and it's up in that area where the cave's got the wall in front of it.
Yeah,
up in there. It's my property stakes up there above that, and I'm thinking about going up in there. But now that the leaves are off the trees just a little bit, so I can see what I'm walking up on.
Right.
That's always a bear up in there.
There ain't no way to get down quick from there, I can tell you, unless you just want to slide or roll.
Once the leaves start falling like they have now, all you got to do is sit down and
get down.
You come off that mountain. Getting up's the hard part because of all the leaves.
All right, I'll go over here to Hardcore and let him tell him about any of the information. Seems like BC changed spots on their display here, but anyway. Go ahead, Neil.
I do have somebody that's interested in letting me interview them whenever we have our next investigation.
Right.
She doesn't want her face seen or anything like that. I've agreed that's fine. So she's going to.
That's fine. Yeah.
I ask her questions and stuff. So, I haven't really went into area 2. I don't want to get too much attention drawn to me in there, especially
construction coming up.
Yeah, especially with the deer season. I need to really be careful what I'm doing in there. So, we have talked about going in there, but we're really trying not to. We're just trying not to draw any attention.
Right.
But we are focused a little bit on Devil's Den right now. Several of us has been kind of wanting to look into the history of some things and kind of just start snooping a little bit and just, I don't know, some things from the past years and years and years ago and some recent certain issues that's popped up. Just kind of curiosity's killing the cat, and it's kind of got myself and several others' attention, and we're talking about pulling something together and maybe just looking into some things across state parks inside of Arkansas, maybe slowly spreading out. Just snooping around, see what we come up with,
Well, we've discussed this before. You're talking about state parks. Would creatures like this migrate to something like that, or was the park originally set up there for the reason that they knew that they might have been a clan there? I mean, it's tough to say, but either way, a large area of normally low human activity that's where these creatures is going to live, or anything that's looking to avoid attention, they're going to go to these larger areas where there's not a house or whatever. They may venture into where residences is, or that's close to these areas to find food or just see what's going on. But they're going to have a area that's their home location, just like Dale's. The reason they'd be there where Dale's is at, it's so hard to get to, even though it's a houses all around it. They got easy access to the river, and the bluff line there is
caves.
What is it? About, I don't know. It's 5 miles long, something like that.
Yeah. What are we up about 8 caves now up there?
Yeah, just right there on your section, and that section goes all the way up and down through there. So
yeah,
there's no telling, and these caves may be linked into right there. We just hadn't figured it out yet. That one cave actually looks like a boulder's pushed up from the inside, but if it is, it's so big that we can't even move it or nothing. But it's a different type of rock than what's the cave's made out of. So that's just strange.
Yeah. I that one area there where that crack goes up in the rock and then it goes both directions back up in there.
Yeah.
That was that's odd. If we had some young guy with a good flashlight, we'd send him up in there and see what's going on up in there. But
maybe
we were up in there investigating that day. We were investigating that cave that day, and Marcus had gone up in there, and he went in another direction, and I was all up in there apprehensive, shining my flashlight. Marcus's head pokes out of this hole. He goes, "Boo!"
Yeah,
I lost it, man. Golly.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well,
all right. BC, you had any activity? I know we just went through our last investigation down there. That was quite a bit. Anything else from the surrounding areas?
Rosalie, I think there's been some whoops and wood knocks. Other than that, quiet. I mean, I've talked to a couple of friends of mine that are deer hunters, and they haven't heard anything yet.
Right. Before we went on air, I know you was talking about there's been 2 sightings over as different years during the years of a larger than normal spider from down in that area. So
one on the White River, Little Red, and then one west of Searcy off Highway 36 off a place called Crosby Road. That was in 75.
Oh, I know where that is. I've been.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah,
I laid water lines through there.
And then the other one, I'm guessing, I didn't get a year, but I'm thinking based on when this one guy died, probably about 20, 25 years ago, when the other one was seen up in a cypress tree.
So, and the abdomen on these spiders was around 4 to 6 inches. That's a big old spider. I wouldn't.
Well, one was devouring a rabbit. I'm sorry.
That's a mountain tarantula.
Yeah,
that's just crazy. Killers. I don't want to see nothing like that.
They migrate off Magazine Mountain, going down to the bottoms when it starts getting cold up there. Just like driving down 22, it's full of potholes. You're running over spiders. So those things get up close to 8 inches round.
So in addition to all the other weird stuff that's been seen in this area, yeah, you can add spiders to that list now. Great.
Yeah. All right, Thomas, your turn. Any new activity around your place?
Not really, but last night we had a bunch of coyotes start up. There was one real deep tone, real loud. Just what we heard over at the Mountain View area, Dale.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just real deep gutter howl.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell it was trying to blend in with the coyotes going on. Man, once it did that, those coyotes that was it. The rest of the time, it's been quiet around here.
It's been quiet around here since about March on. I ain't heard nothing around here. I ain't had no local reports right here close. Now, up around Clinton, around the chuck wagon race was going on. They had a lady had an encounter, and he looked through. I mentioned that the last time. Whatever it was, looked through her window, and her window's right at 8 foot off the ground because the hillside goes off. So either the chuck wagon races and all that commotion stirred it up, or I don't know. That's the only thing that went on even close to my area here. Now, you was talking about there at Mountain View, you was talking about that deep growl. That's the exact same area that I think it was 2019, I think it was, when we recorded all that, when Dale went up there and had his tent slapped. But that's the same spot that we heard that deep yelp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, this was a howl. Dale and I heard that night. This was just like it. Right before those coyotes started whining like they were getting their tail ends handed to them. So, but yeah, everything's quieting down around these mountains. I'm kind of wonder if they didn't head south because this cold front drop in on them.
Might have.
A lot of animals, they have to have that gradual buildup on that winter fur in there.
Right.
But they don't have it. They head south to the warmth.
Yeah, get somewhere it's warm or into the cave systems.
Yeah, and there are plenty of caves and old coal mines around here. They could drop into any time, especially up on Magazine. There's one place up there you can't even go to because it's kind of slick. Used to be an old ammo dump, the vault where they put all their old artillery shells, dynamite. It was used by the federal government and the military. It was said there was enough explosives in Mount Magazine that this part of the state would just become a hole if it exploded. They moved all that out, but that vault's still up there.
Right.
So it's a pretty good size pit. They could get into that. That's going to be probably a constant 55 to 65 degrees year round, guesstimating. So that'd be a nice, comfortable area to drop down in, stay nice and warm through all this cold weather we're having.
Right.
And there's plenty of there's plenty of water supply up there. You got Brown Springs flowing good right now. You got Allen Creek that's constantly flowing. That's crystal clear water. So that's right there outside of Corley. And none of my cousins up there have told me they've seen anything here lately. So it's just kind of calmed down.
All right, I'm gonna look see if I can find a picture of the friend of mine sent me a picture of the cave systems that's all across America, and how ones all come all the way over to Mountain Home and down through Mountain View and kind of circle just north of Searcy and back up east. And then there's some that start near Oart and goes all the way down into Texas. I'm gonna see if I can find that. And you kind of I'm gonna let Neil do the hosting here for a minute and ask him questions. I'm gonna see if I can find that. See if I can post it. Go ahead.
Well, that's
Neil.
like the old Jewel. That's just like the old Jewel coal mine over here. The old timers say you can go in here at Paris, go all the way over to Oklahoma, up through Kansas, the southwest corner of Missouri, drop down to near Fayetteville, right back to Paris, and never see the daylight.
Huh.
I mean, they had certain areas. If you go along where the old timers tell you, there's air vents. Just all of a sudden, here's a big giant air vent in a place where the miners could come out and shower.
Huh.
Has anyone ever heard about something called the Indian cave system?
I've heard of it.
What y'all? Where's that at? What county?
I've just heard people talk about it.
Because I heard on another podcast a while back. I don't remember which one it was, but someone had said something about they think that maybe they're coming out of some kind of Indian or the Indian mailbox or cave system mailbox or something like that, or it was something strange. Some kind of the way they worded it was different and it was weird. I was just wondering where that was at, what they're talking about.
But that's like down in the Ouachitas. You got caves all over those mountains. They're old volcanic caves, but they're caves.
I know that the ones in Devil's Den, I was kind of surprised of. I've been going to this place for 20 years on a family reunion, and I've never went to this one part of the park. And it's something they've turned into like a little bike track in the middle of it. It's actually pretty cool. Some of that video I took was in there, but there was several caves up inside there that, I don't think it would really be anything major. But I got looking around for structures and stuff, and it, you just never know. But
Well, you come over here and you go up look at Short Mountain, and you don't think of it, but there's a big cave up there. We used to get in trouble. In fact, we got in trouble. Me and my brothers and a few cousins decided to go wandering over there one time. So we were going over fishing. Well, we went up there and we went down that cave. And then just east of Paris here on 22, you'll be driving down through there and you see one mountain, one peak just come up, looks like a volcano. That's Buzzard Rock. You can crawl up on top of that and look down. It looks like somebody built a fire down there a long time ago. That's a big cave.
Huh.
I mean, it's places they can hide, but if you walk around the bottom, this is the thing. You walk around the bottom of Buzzard Rock, you cannot find that open. But you go up the top and scale down, you can find the opening. It's just trying to find it once you go back out. So there's several places they can get in this cold weather and just hang tight. They got food right there. They got water sources.
It's like my area. I mean, there's a river right below it. Lots of game running around. they've got really no reason to go anywhere else unless the game thins out. You know, they've got everything they need. I thoroughly believe that they're in the cave systems. That's where they're staying. Seen too much evidence to to back that up. You know, and we got one little place up there that's actually we call it the nursery area. We actually found a butt print in the dirt, like something big had been sitting there watching the little ones play. You know, and it's just. You know, we found like 8 caves already. How many more are up there? You know, there's bound to be a lot more, and it's just not that big area either. It's just a long stretch of the mountain right there, and it's you know they're there. Where are they at? Which cave?
Yeah, that's a
Now
question.
we can get Brandon a flashlight. He can go down in there.
Hey Neil, that picture of that cave you posted here just recently,
Yes, sir.
was that up there toward the waterfall area?
That was actually in Devil's Den inside that bicycle. It's called the Devil's Bike Track or Devil's Bike Loop or something like that.
Yeah.
It's inside of it's kind of like I'll explain it. They've got like a trail set up going. It's probably a mile or two long, going around all this big, huge boulder field. And it's literally right next to a bunch of campsites and where the bridge is going from one part of the park to the other. It's kind of off outside of the park, but it's a really cool, it's a good exercise. I mean, I've gone.
That looked, the reason I asked about that is that looked a whole lot like that cave that we went up there in your area to find. And
I can have some fun with it though. Everybody.
Yeah. And we couldn't find that cave when we got back up in there. It looked like that cave you put in the pictures. I was like, well, he might have found it. I don't know. But.
Oh yeah, area too? No, I ain't going without y'all guys looking for that.
Yeah, we got up in there, and what I took pictures of, what I was looking into was not the cave we found the second time we went up there. So I don't know if I had my directions a little mixed up or what, but that was kind of odd.
Yeah, I found the image, but it won't let me upload it somewhere reason. I'm still trying, guys.
Now that cave there was several caves. That was just one of them I thought was kind of cool, and got in there and used my girlfriend's cell phone because she had more battery on hers. But I got me a good 4 or 5 minute video of climbing this hillside, and I know if she'd have been with me on that one, I'd have gotten in trouble. So, but I probably got myself in trouble now. But yeah, I didn't think that one through. Anyway, well, someone changed the subject.
Anyway, we think all the cave systems are hooked together here, and I have an image of it, but I can't get it on there. So,
Braden said he found the Indian cave system. He says it's somewhere around the Clinton area.
Well, that's not far from like I was saying, the chuck wagon race area is about 7 miles west of Clinton.
Well, up in there, in that area, there's those lime hills up in there. Also, and I never seen it. I always wanted to go see it. They say there's a Spanish cross carved in one of the bluffs up there in that lime rock.
Yeah.
Some of the guys I worked with over at Cersei told me about that. So,
what's everybody's thoughts about everybody meeting up at Devil's Den for maybe like a family day or family weekend? Let everybody come there and barbecue and not have to worry about work or stress or anything like that. What's y'all's thoughts?
that sounds good.
I think that'd be
yeah.
because they've got some new, they're called trailer cabins or park cabins or something like that, and they're like $65 a night. There's no electronics in it. It's just a basic little place to protect you from the weather. It's got a little screened-in porch. That's it. So you would have to bring your own TV and stuff, but $65, it's not bad. There's a little place to park, cooking. I mean, so I think it's worth looking into. It'd be a good little vacation for everybody, and we get out there and check these trails out and go check out some caves and let the kids.
Sound like a good idea.
Yeah,
As long as it's
same thing.
not in January.
Yeah.
Well, Heather's having knee surgery. Her first knee surgery the first part of January. She's going to be down about 4 weeks. And then about 2 weeks after that knee gets better, they're going to do her other knee. So
that second one's hard to do, let me tell you. After you had that first one, you swear up and down you're not going to do that again. But
yeah,
well, I've had roughly about 9 knee surgeries on my right knee, on my right leg. And I'll tell you what, I don't want to do it again. When I was young, that didn't bother me, but
I've had 4 on my left knee, 3 on my right. No fun.
The last time they had to go in and take out arthritis out of my knee, but it's bone on bone.
You gonna have a replacement?
No, they won't do a replacement on it. I got a tendon from a cadaver in that leg. Every doctor I've talked to said we'd go in and do a knee replacement. Ain't gonna do any good. That tendon just rip it to pieces.
Yeah, they replaced both of mine, and that's just like, wow, you know. Told me no running, jumping, or walking long distances, and I was like, boy, I've been breaking those rules.
Yeah, they told me no stairs.
But they
no stairs, no climbing.
Yeah, these titanium ones are working pretty good.
Well, I got a titanium screw about 2.5 inches long, about 1 inch below my knee. But who was it said they had a cousin that was the EMT that was going to be there?
That's me. It's my cousin. Me and her both actually went through EMT school, just different times. So
yeah, I was making
me and her was working together. Now we're going to be researching together. That's all right, though. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's going to be doing some dates.
Yeah, I broke that leg. It was 24 hours before I went to the ER and got it set.
Ouch.
She's probably the last person you tell something like that to, because she's going to, I know her.
It didn't hurt. It went numb. So I never thought about anything about it until I went to stand up and fell flat on my face. And that's why I decided I better go to the ER. And come find out it broke in 10 places in 1 inch. Tried to get the doctor to just cut that sucker off. Yeah, I looked at that doctor and said, just cut it off. Give me a prosthetic.
Did I lose everybody again?
No, I'm still here. I've tried everything I can figure out to put that picture up, and it won't go up. So I don't know.
Is it a JPEG?
No, I downloaded it right off the internet. and it shows all the cave system versus all the missing 411 people and everything that's went missing, and they're just about identical. And I was going to focus in on the Arkansas part. It's everywhere everybody's been missing, and the 411 reports and the cave systems are exactly where we doing our investigations. So, I mean, that's a coincidence or what, but I got to hear.
Everybody's wheels are turning right now.
Yeah. Oh, heck, I can't remember where it was. It wasn't too long ago, a child came up missing. It was on a 411. And this kid had been gone for a while. They presumed the child was dead at about a 5-year-old. Figured, yeah, a bear got him or a pack of coyotes or something. They ate it. So they gave up the search after about a week. And a few weeks later, a hunter came across the kid in the cave.
Right.
No coat on, barefooted, been fed. And this was the kicker. The child said the hairy guy been bringing the food. The hairy people's been bringing the food to eat.
Wow.
How long ago was this?
I think they said it was like 6 or 8 months ago.
Wow.
So
that's relatively close in time.
Yeah. I mean, a 5-year-old ain't going come out and say, yeah, this hairy hairy guy's been bringing me food and all. They've been
let everybody know if they got a comment or question, they can type it into us and it'll appear here on the screen if they wanted to. Any viewers out there? Go ahead, Thomas.
Well, my computer's doing some weird stuff here. You got to excuse me.
All right.
It just decided it was going to update here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it just hopefully we have good luck on the 9th, 10th, and 11th.
I'm thinking we will. We're going to have several extra people here now. I know of 2 that's coming. That's seems pretty skilled, and we already got the ones Neil's bringing. So we should have her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, we got 8 with us.
And we got 8. We got 8 of our normal people going to be there.
So. My team, Anthony said he's going to try to make it up.
Yeah, I seen that. That'd be good.
And Darren's coming.
Darren's definitely a plus for the night recon for if we make it all the way back to the area, either the Deadwood area or the Castle Rock area at night. I'm saying Castle Rock could be the place we need to go at night. But we'll just
okay.
I'm kind of like Darren. If people quit shining their light, Clint, in my eyes, let my eyes adjust. I'm like Darren. I walk through the pasture. I go down here.
Well, I got a plan on that, but we'll have to walk through it over at when we get to camp and the Saturday investigation as we're going back. I'm thinking we need to split up into 3s or 4 when we go in at the night deal, and definitely have a radio contact. But since you and Darren can, like we did this last time, have you and it was him and Sean, but maybe you, him, and Sean out front, and then the next group, and then a group that'll follow behind at a little bit further distance, just to see what the other 2 run into. The only difficult with that is we're gonna have to know where each of us is kind of at and what distance, because if something goes down, we don't want no friendly gunfire to hit each of us or nothing.
Oh, I'm taking my new toy.
Oh yeah, your night vision or not heat?
Well, my AR-12.
Oh yeah, the new toy.
The new toy.
Something I'm going to throw out there is there's a camping spot. I can't say the name of the road because you'll give away where we're at, but
Right.
directly northeast. Right. So northeast, there's a road with a campsite that we really have ignored that I think we need to probably set up at that spot too. And it would definitely help in radio contact. I feel that these things cross in this area. Whenever I take you guys there, you'll see why I think that, and the connection it has to other areas where everything kind of links together. That's kind of where it starts at. So I think we could definitely put some people there. I'm pretty sure they're going to have something happen. That's an area that the locals don't like even going into. So, and there is a campsite there. It's definitely worth us. Probably it's worth.
I can't confirm it right now. I've got to get a hold of.
And it is hunting.
I got to get a hold of my nephew, Big Mike. Anthony's met him, and my great niece, Anthony named One Shoe.
Oh yeah.
But see if they're going to come. So
That'd be good.
Oh yeah, she's 16. She's a heavy set girl, but she's a go getter.
Right.
So
On the 2 that's messaged me, it took me a little while to be comfortable inviting them. One of them, especially out of the 2, wanted to know basically exact coordinates, and I said, I ain't telling you that. You either meet at the travel center and go from there, or you ain't going. And they agreed to that. I mean, we always say more the merrier, but we also want to keep our location secret and know that they're not just fishing for somebody else.
right.
Well, I have no problem sending someone on a wild goose trip again.
Yeah.
I sent them to the other side. Never mind.
Yeah.
If they're watching, sorry, but
Yeah.
I didn't trust
them. Well, Darren and I are going to try to be at work about 10 o'clock, about the time you get there.
Yeah. Me and Marcus is planning on it. We're still debating on whether we're coming in one vehicle or 2. And if we come in one, he said he was going to camp in a tent. And I said, I ain't camping in no tent. you can if you want to.
Nope.
No, I think we're put that out there too. No, not after Mountain View, thank you.
No. Ain't happening.
I think I slept 2 days when I got home.
Oh, that's something I was going to ask you, Thomas, and you may have said it. Have you got your security light redone yet, or since it got?
Yeah, I redid that system. It's now one that will be operated off of a generator. So that way, if it's cloudy No matter. We've got light. And these sensors are good at 70 feet. I'm using them right now down in the new house.
Yeah.
Or when I'm working at night. They're nice. They give you enough work light. You can see what you're doing. And you come in. Of course, I got them facing at the ends of the house. So when I come in the front door or come in the back door, they're facing a wall and they automatically come on. So they got that 180-degree sensors. So.
Well, that'd be good. The only question on it is it going to be loud enough to affect us hearing anything or something?
No, I'll take that generator like before. I'll hide it below the back of my truck, away from the mics and everything. In fact, I've got a new mic for my recorder I've got to get out and play with.
All right.
I haven't even put that sucker up. It's got one of those wing covers on it. Looks like a foam piece. Kind of like what they use on dudes. So it's going to kill all of any wind blowing, any of that extra stuff out. It's supposed to help with that. So.
All right. Well, it'll work out anyway with the night investigation because when we get there to the area where you shot the tree, Dale, that's where if we hadn't heard anything by then, I want us just to sit there and kind of make a camp and stay there for an hour or two and just listen, basically in the dark.
Yeah,
us all.
Got a good tree to set on up there.
Yeah, so
that'd be a good spot.
If we all make it to there without having any activity or nothing, we can all kind of group and look in a different direction. So that'd be 2, 4, 6 of us, I'm guessing, maybe 9 that go on the night investigation, and we'll wait there about an hour and see if it calms down and anything comes in close to us, and have Thomas's thermal and my night vision there and binoculars, or anyway, the night vision that Neil gave me. I don't know. And just see what happens basically in total dark while we're sitting there. So, and then we'll go from there. When we decide to head back, we'll head back and radio the base camp that we're heading back, so that if we jump up anything, it'll go their way, and so that they'll know that we're heading back and it's us.
I have a question to ask. When you're just talking about doing something at Castle Rock at nighttime, what's your thoughts on that? Because the thought that went through my head was me sitting there alone again at night, and that ain't gonna happen. So what's your thoughts on that? What did you have in mind? Just curious.
Sitting alone.
Yeah, you remember I said last time it was daytime. I was thinking in my head about doing that at nighttime, and no. Just curious. What kind of experiment are you wanting to do there? Are you wanting to go there and sit on top of it and see if it comes down the creek, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, that's what we're wanting to do, and watch that whole valley area there and see if anything moves with that night vision. And basically, during the day, right there, I want to put some recorders out and my 2 video cameras that will record anything. They also record us going in and out as a kind of a subject there, that the recorders are working and everything. And if anything moves by it, then we'll be able to see it. Now, at base camp, I'm not sure who's. I know Clint said he's going to stay at base camp because he is staying with Anthony. So we'll have them there to control everything at base camp, and possibly you, depending on how your health is and how you're feeling, what's going on.
Clint's staying at base camp. I'm gonna carry a strobe light. He don't shoot.
Yeah, he's staying at base camp as far as I know, unless he changes his mind.
Well, I got a couple
Man,
of these.
I'm not shaving my beard off.
I got a couple of these little things.
Oh yeah,
And
that's that camera you was telling us about.
I haven't. They got a clip on the back of them and everything.
Yeah,
I haven't quite figured out how to use them yet, but I got a couple of them.
Too. Same thing here.
Well, I will have my body.
Does take some pretty good video.
Huh. All right, maybe we'll work that in too.
Got night vision, motion detection, all that on it. But the directions are written by foreigners, and they don't pronounce things just right in the directions. And then I found out they're giving directions to a camera that this isn't. So I haven't figured that out yet, all the buttons, but I'm getting close.
I hope you do.
Yeah.
You got anything, BC, that you think we ought to try, or anything that you've heard? Any new, I don't know, any kind of bait tricks or anything like that you think that would work? Or no?
None I can think of off the top of my head.
Oh,
Sorry,
right.
which did.
I didn't know, that people over in your area might be trying something different or something like that, or.
Well, the only people I know in my area that actually have gone out and looked is Larry and myself here in town.
Right.
Robert in McCrory. I've heard that there's a couple that does it. I've tried to make contact with them with no luck. Just, hey, look, I do this too and all that. But no, not interested. They're not interested. That's all right.
Right. Yeah. Maybe somebody will contact you after watching this or doing this. And if you're all right with it, I'll make a post too. That if anybody over in that area to contact you.
Sure, be fine.
All right.
I'm all right with that.
I've got a piece of deer meat in the refrigerator. I'm about ready to try. We tried everything else. They kind of went around it.
Right.
And this deer meat's been up there about 4 years. It's still got that gamey smell to it.
The night that we heard all them kids, Thomas, down there in the valley that sounded like kids, but you couldn't understand behind Neil's there.
Yeah.
It was weird. We put apples all over this one cedar tree, me and Sean did, and we put apples around down the valley and everything. And the apples that was wedged drove onto the limbs. This cedar tree, it was a dead cedar tree where it didn't have no needles or nothing. The apples that was on the cedar tree was gone, but all of them around on the ground was still there. That seemed interesting to me because it was like 7 apples that was placed on this cedar tree, and we broke the limbs off what we did, and then drove the apple onto the limb. Those were gone, but the ones on the ground wasn't.
Well, what it is, it's all I can figure out is when you do that, they smell the apple. So they know it's real. That's just like if you take one and cut it and you put it up where a deer or anything else can't get it. But when you go back and check, it could be 6 feet, 7 feet up off the ground. It'll be gone. But all the whole ones will still be there.
That's about roughly what this was, because the cedar tree had fell over and was kind of sticking out of the ground. Roughly,
I know the one you're talking about.
I've heard they don't like to pick up food gifts off the ground. Maybe leave it on a stump next time and see if that changes. Well, yeah, I mean, you talk about the ones on the ground that weren't touched. Well, I come across a podcast somewhere where individual stated that they didn't like that sort of thing on the ground, so he would like either stake it on limbs or he'd put it on a stump. If there's a tree stump, he'd put them there, and they would take them.
Well, that's what exactly happened with this. It was just odd. For a while, I tried to figure out, would they be any kind of animal that would get the ones off of the tree, and I could see 1 or 2 maybe, but if they ate them off and then they fell off or something, but if it's a raccoon or something, it would have to these sticks were 8 to 10 inches long that we drove them on and down to the bottom, and they would have to take if they ate it off, they'd be remnants and pieces there. It was just like something grabbed it and pulled it right off of the stick and took it with it. So
ate it all on the spot or took it with them.
Yeah.
Is that anywhere close to that chapel area that you found up in there?
No, this was what would have been 2 investigations ago. It was just me, Thomas, Marcus, Sean, and Neil. And I think that was the first time Braden brought his camper down, I think.
Yeah, Braden, he brought his camper over there and set it up, and we went to another area over at Area 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came back and Brandon's camper had been moved up 6 feet and over about a foot.
Yeah.
The security lights had been grabbed and thrown. They were underneath the canopy. But none of the ice chests were bothered.
Something I'm going to throw out there. The next day, whenever me and Braden went to go hook up that camper and to pull it out of that field, there was scat right there next to the camper on the ground on the side away from camp, on the other side.
On the other side of the building.
That's where they peed on it. When we walked around that's where they peed on it too. They peed way up high on that camper. Higher than a man could pee, unless they pulled their truck around there and stood on the tailgate.
That's it was just strange, and
I kind of like to go back over there to Neil's grandmother's place.
Maybe someday we'll work that in. I don't know. We'll see.
Have to go set up on Brandon's place.
Yeah.
But
looks like Neil's done froze.
Yeah, that's one night I won't forget, hearing those what sounded like kids, and we heard what sounded like a woman yell, scream,
and it just all stopped.
Right. But I was told, if you hear kids playing, you don't go down those woods. They're trying to lure you down there.
That's definitely, it sounded, and the thing of it was, that was when it was cold that night. It was like below 30 degrees.
Well, I know it.
So
then there was that. Well, we had a little bit that time. Clint and Dale showed up.
Yeah.
But nothing like that first night.
No, that was. I mean, they were close, and it went on for an hour that way. They'd move up close, you could hear them, and then they'd move off and stop for a few minutes and start back. And it sounded just like, I don't know, Chinese, Sweden kids playing, and because you could hear them giggle and everything, but you just couldn't understand the words they were saying.
Nope. That's bad.
Lost Neil there, and we were over our hour mark, 1 hour and 13 minutes. I want him to come back on, and we'll just sign off here. And I'm hoping to come, depending on the signal, we do a live deal from on the Friday night to 9th. Kind of a podcast. It won't really be. It'll just be all of us around the fire, I guess, talking. Because the night investigation I'm wanting to do is Saturday night. Because we need Saturday to get in there and figure out what's going on. Friday we'll be setting up camp and then listening most of that night and around camp and do some recorders and stuff. The way I'm seeing it anyway, it might be different if we get there early and have time to. But we'll play it by ear, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we completely lost Neil.
Yeah, he's gone.
Well, we're having weather over here. It's supposed to stop this afternoon, and it hasn't. It's still raining outside, so.
Yeah, it just started raining here.
Yeah, they said it was supposed to stop by noon today, and it hasn't stopped.
It hadn't stopped here either. It's just been light rain though, but we need the rain, I guess.
Wendell, I'm making us some wood knockers.
Awesome. Yeah,
I've got some real good hardwood out there.
Yeah.
And I know, when we was up there with BC here a while back, everything you picked up, try to knock on a tree, it was rotten. And
rotten. That was funny. Yeah.
Couldn't make any noises. But these things, they give a big loud pop when you hit them together. And I think, well, that'll work.
Awesome.
Put some lanyard loops on them, so we can carry them easy.
Hey, that beats carrying those 2 chunks of wood I've been carrying for almost 2 years.
Yeah. I had going to be an axe handle. They had started making it out of the square form, and they had part of it turned down to where it's still long for the axe. It worked good, and it's just disappeared. I don't know where it's went.
Yeah, I stopped in a truck stop a few months ago. Well, it was on the way up. I had to go up to Lowell, up in Clint's part of the state, and pick up some J-weld for our window. And I stopped there at that little gas station just outside of Fayetteville there. Yeah, I was walking by and I seen a couple tire knockers. Yeah, that's what we need. Looks like little ball bats.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're over our hour mark, and we got 15 minutes till we got to start paying. We ain't got a lot of money to pay, so we're gonna sign off of here. I just want to thank everybody for watching tonight, and Braden says we're trying to get back on. We're having problems.
Oops.
Oh, now we lost BC. They're falling like flies, guys.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah. Oh, there he comes back on. Maybe.
We're back.
There he is.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
There
you're back.
we are.
I was just telling them we're over our hour mark, and we're fixing to sign off on here. And I was just thanking everybody for watching the podcast tonight and listening, and hope we've caught you up on a few things. And I'll just let everybody say their closing remarks, and we'll start with Dale and go around this way. All
right. Well, guys, I've enjoyed the podcast. It's fun, like it always is. Y'all stay out there and keep on searching. Hardcore, find us some good stuff to look at.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll be saying good night to y'all. Y'all have a great night. Try to stay warm.
All right, Chief, your turn.
All right, everybody. It's been nice seeing y'all. This podcast again. Hopefully we have good luck on this upcoming investigation. I'll keep my ears open and see what comes about around here. Been watching over around O'Kane Island. Hasn't been nothing new since those trees got knocked down. Nothing off the magazine, nothing around here. It's all quiet. So hopefully you get a little activity on the 9th, 10th, and 11th. So it's nice having everybody come in and watch us. Hope we can help y'all out any way we can.
All right, BC, your turn.
Always a pleasure, guys. Always a pleasure. And as always, if I hear something, no matter how weird, I'll pass it along to you.
Sounds good. I'll let you close it out there, co-host.
I guess we lost connection. I was trying to say something. I'll say it real quick, then we'll shut her down.
Oh, okay.
When the thing with Braden was telling you about the chicken houses,
yeah,
he said that he wanted you to. He just told me there's an apple tree there, so that throws that in there on top of that. That makes sense.
Yeah,
now.
that's why
So
that's why they would be used to getting apples there. Yeah.
Much, yeah, explains a lot. So either way, guys, awesome job. Thank you for everybody. I put a goal out there for everybody to bring some guests in. It looks like everybody's bringing guests, and the more the merrier. We got a lot more stuff to talk about, a lot more stuff to be doing, and it looks like we're heading in a good direction. Everybody stay safe, stay warm. Just all you diabetics, don't be eating that garbage. You know
it's
that.
hard not
who you are. You know who all you are. So
never.
My girlfriend's watching. I got to say something like that.
Right.
And bring orange.
Bring orange. Bring orange. Bring orange. Safety first. So bring orange.
Hunt season still.
Still going to be in season for hunting, so we got to be careful. All right, everybody, be safe. Have a good night. Thank you again, and we're out. Have a good night.
Good night, all.
Right.